What's up, YouTube Revolution? ZombfectedGaming 349 at your fingertips. So recently, Dead Island 2 just got another gameplay trailer, and so far it looks great, but I can't jump to conclusion till 2023. I gotta wait till Techland makes their move with the next update they will be coming out with by Christmas, possibly Chapter 3, and of course, a Christmas update. But with Dead Island 2 coming out at the end of April in 2023, Dying Light 2 still has plenty of time to release some sort of awesome new content. Let's hope we get at least one big huge massive update for Dying Light 2 between January and April. Possibly by February of 2023, we could get something huge for the 1-year anniversary of Dying Light 2, maybe some sort of story map expansion similar to Dying Light the Following, possibly. Maybe we could get snow in one of the next story map expansions, like in a countryside area, and maybe we can go as high as the mountains that can snow. It's confirmed that snow is in the game files, found by modders, and here's what snow modded into Villador looks like. I gotta say, it does look pretty good. It would be really cool if Christmas has this snow in the main Villador map, but I wouldn't expect it to happen this Christmas, but maybe next Christmas, possibly. Just thinking of a snowy map expansion in Dying Light 2, especially with blizzards, makes me think of Far Cry 4 Valley of the Yetis DLC, and even Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's cliffhanger mission. But I want to talk about how Dead Island 2 is looking way more gorier than Dying Light 2, and which is why the game looks promising. But you know, sometimes a game is subject to change at release. For all we know, the gore may not be as crazy as in these trailers. But today I don't want to talk about whether Dying Light 2 or Dead Island 2 are better. I want to talk about how both games are unique in their own ways by their own styles and compare the differences. Take a look at the new Dead Island 2. As you can see, this game franchise is more on the lines of being very vibrant and very colorful, and way more humorous while being set in a more hot tropical climate. With the Dying Light franchise, you could say Dying Light 1's Haran was tropical since it was a game inspired by the first Dead Island game, especially with tons of the same assets used from Dead Island 1 being brought into Dying Light, which is what made both games look completely similar, but the difference was that Dying Light was a more gritty setting. But also what the Dying Light franchise does differently compared to the Dead Island franchise is the apocalyptic situations they are all in is more further along in a timeline of apocalyptic time, which is why this franchise is more gritty and serious, especially the survivors themselves. In Dying Light 1, when Kyle Crane arrives in Haran, it's already been a few months for the Haranians, hence why Haran looks more washed out in color compared to Banoi in Dead Island 1. With Banoi and Dead Island 1, you can see how colorful the environment is, and most of the survivors are wearing vacation-like clothing, especially in the resort part of the map, implying that the outbreak just began. Just take a look at the survivors in the resort part of Banoi. There's tons of people in swimwear, with guys who are shirtless and women in bikinis, and which is the reason to why the infected are able to bite them all no problem, because nobody knew anything like this was gonna happen since everything was normal when they all first arrived on their vacation. Dying Light, on the other hand, everyone is mostly wearing apocalyptic attire, but mostly that's in Dying Light 2, but you got in Dying Light 1 survivors dressing more appropriately for this post-apocalyptic Haran. But ever since Dying Light 2 went to a colder European climate, with Villador being based on a fictional France, was a great idea to ditch the hotter climates because it helps tell the difference between both Dying Light and Dead Island. With Dying Light 2 possibly going into snowy territory, this is a genius idea because we could get new types of infected that are immune to the cold, like ice volatile, and also new survival mechanics like body temperature and having to get into warm areas and going near fire. So yeah, two different iconic games set within the post-apocalyptic zombie genre with a unique competition and showing their differences with a more humorous Dead Island and tropical vibrancy, and Dying Light with their signature advanced survival mechanics with parkour and gritty nature with a spooky day and night cycle, and now possibly much colder climates will make for a very new and very unique Dying Light experience. But yeah, my answer is to this competition, I'm gonna remain unbiased because I am gonna enjoy both equally in their own styles of gameplay and overall tone of both vibrancy and bleak grittiness. But that's all for my Dying Light and Dead Island video. If you want more of these games content, consider subscribing to the channel and ding that bell icon really hard so I can always stay within fast reach of your fingertips when new uploads arrive. ZombfectedGaming 349 over and out. Red light!